Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mogesi decided to go berserk on IAM-Marwa. And such kind of an eruption itself is a clear indication that Mogesi itself is vexed. This is at the culmination of IAM-Marwa's live that IAM-Marwa did, referring to Mogesi. But at this time juncture, Mogesi is livid. And perhaps let's see what Mogesi dropped and what Mogesi has to say about it.
Talking about IAM-Marwa, during that time, remember, I stopped any shenanigans. I stopped following anyone. Remember, what did they want from me? What did they want from me? Let's check it out. And it's all the time to start this kind of the issue. And this is what we call the tingo. And it has to continue as one-on-one.
And that is Mogesi vexation and eruption going forward. There is more that is coming at the progression stages of this video. So Mogesi is simply saying that he had long left talking about IAM-Marwa and involving himself in the shenanigans of the village. But the question that is also I want to ask, where did IAM-Marwa mention the name Mogesi? If you look at the entire video, IAM-Marwa never mentioned Mogesi. It doesn't matter that IAM-Marwa was referring to him, which is obvious reason, but the name Mogesi wasn't called. IAM-Marwa said there is a guy in the village. It's fine. It was to your reference. But the information itself that was contained therein was a positive information that nobody was not celebrating about your predicament. But it was a lesson and a caution to you that if it doesn't change your ways, therefore a lot more is coming that is so brutal on your health. IAM-Marwa has got nothing on your name. The same way you are asking, what do IAM-Marwa wants on your name? IAM-Marwa has never mentioned your name anywhere. Anywhere at all. And that's a fact. So guys, it did not stop from there. Because at this juncture, there is a lot that is coming at the progression stages of this video. So if you're coming across this video for the very first time, kindly click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Senior Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, let's dive in lest we forget. Mogesi has promised IAM-Marwa all mothers of vexation because all mothers of drama. Mogesi is saying that he long stopped talking about IAM-Marwa and therefore it is really perturbing him why IAM-Marwa has to talk about him. Of which I've said earlier there that IAM-Marwa has never mentioned the word Mogesi in his mouth. But even if IAM-Marwa was referring to the situation and an event that happened to Mogesi itself, it's warranted for because Mogesi talked about itself and people are talking about it. And IAM-Marwa had to give a reference of that story up into his life because it is in this YouTube street that Mogesi themselves have been calling IAM-Marwa Kenge. And the Kenge itself is a disability mocking IAM-Marwa on that kind of disability issue. That IAM-Marwa is Kenge simply means a one-eyed man. And they mock it. It's something that Mogesi couldn't understand. While I hear Mogesi's rant is unfathomable, but I know the feelings that Mogesi is having after getting an accident. Maybe he wanted IAM-Marwa to say solace. IAM-Marwa was giving a contrast and comparing that story to him. What you people have said about IAM-Marwa, it's quite unfathomable. While you are saying that you haven't said anything, but there are races and videos that we've done, you calling IAM-Marwa Kenge. There are videos you've done talking bad about that family and IAM-Marwa himself. And the video you've been talking bad about Mayugno. Because you are the same person who was accusing Mayugno falsely so that Mayugno could be arrested. You are the same persons you've been telling people that Mayugno doesn't belong to that village. Therefore, Mayugno has got nothing doing that village, and you are the people who have been going behind Mayugno to authorities so that you want to evacuate Mayugno from your hands, so that Mayugno will leave you the villa plus the land. Mayugno bought the land. And this is the person who came to your rescue. Amara was explaining into that. In fact, into the entire video, Amara mentioned the name Ayugno, but Amara never mentioned your names. So, cut the slack to Amara's name. Guys, I want to introduce you to this video below because Mogesi is saying other things. And Mogesi has gone berserk and eruption itself. Some things that you couldn't believe going forward. Perhaps, let's dive in straight away.
To celebrate my accident. You never know what caused the accident, man. Look yourself. First of all, you lost your teeth and you was being beaten. You have been beaten with your stepdad. The second thing, you lost your eye. You have been beaten. With my accident, it has never caused with any human being. I don't know if it just goes with the human beings. It's not been seen. We're gonna call witches, but I never trust in witches. You see, for you to celebrate, I don't know what, until it reached to the time that maybe if you are just taking sodas, my friend, are you normal? Or you are abnormal?
You know what, Mugesi, what I can add from that, that person, he really wants your downfall. He wants your downfall. Remember, he trying to destroy your channel. Imagine up to uploading the video that even even you can't watch with your. So he really want your downfall.
And I've seen a comment here. Somebody says, "No, you just want to create emotion of that." No, people call me Kenge. That simply means someone who can't see in one eye or is able to see, and is a form of a bird. Actually, just go and Google about that. But me, I leave you to God. God will deal with you. You know, God will deal with you through your kids, through yourself. God knows how He will deal with you. Me, I'm not God. You know, that's all I'll say. Yeah, I saw actually another guy, my village mate. He got a very bad accident. Very bad, very bad. Even, I swear before God, I will not wish that to my worst enemy. But again, I looked back and said, you know, this guy got a very serious accident. And something funny that happened was Mayugno, okay? Mayugno, who this same guy was abusing, who this same guy was falsely claiming that he's going to go to jail, he's going to take him to jail, falsely. Like, this guy's got an accident, a very serious accident. He lost some of his teeth, actually. He nearly died. Like, I saw his video describing it. He said he lost conscious, okay? And when he woke up, he found himself in hospital where someone who he's been abusing, okay? Someone that he's been abusing is the one who collected them in the street and took them to hospital. Can you imagine, on the road, which millions or thousands of people pass? You get an accident and someone that you've been abusing, the same guy you've been abusing, is the one who comes to your rescue and takes you to hospital. And then 2-3 days later, you come back to say, thank you, my brother, the guy you've been abusing, for actually saving my life. That for me is a very strong message from God, very strong. And it's simply saying, change your ways, otherwise I will not spare you. That's what God is saying. And that is not even the first accident. And the same person, for example, he was abusing me that I don't have one eye. Now, should people wake up today and abuse him that he doesn't have teeth? Because also people have a name for that. No. What does that actually mean in this world? We are here by the grace of God. Even you, when you wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm so beautiful, I'm so this, just know it's by the grace of God. You could wake up tomorrow, you don't have all your dental formula. Gone, destroyed. So I'm saying that in alignment to actually blindly fabulous. The lady who has been here that says one of her eyes she doesn't actually see, and the other eye she only sees 5%. And me, you know, one of my eye I don't see, and sometimes people make joke about that. Eh? But me, one thing I can promise you, and this is not to push on negative energy and stuff, is I use this platform to teach people to be honest. Just be an honest man. Don't use shortcuts. If you use shortcuts, I swear before God, one day it will come back on you. I swear. Because in Swahili we say, malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani. It says, the price will be paid right here.
And that is Mugesi pressing hammer hell. And that is Mugesi also in twists and turns. So if you listen to Mogesi keenly, you get somebody who is harboring a lot of hate towards Amara, because now it's addressing Amarwa directly and evoking Amara's name. It's calling Amara Kenge still. Still is an abuse. Amara never called you name. Because you are the person who came here and told us you lost teeth. Amara was referring to the lost teeth that you did a video about it. And your friends. If you never understood what Amara was saying, because it was just purely wisdom, and you couldn't get that kind of message, because I know you could only feed on AM Carol's verbiage to you. There is nowhere Amara celebrated your downfall. But it's a fact, because you can decide what kind of messages you want to consume, because you are cut from the negativity and you are benefiting from the negativity itself. Therefore, you must also toe the line, because that is the standard unit of being the lazy gang itself, or being on the negative side. Because if you digress itself, it will bring no benefit unto you in as far as you building a house, because you need a support from those negative people. Therefore, it is an instigation and operative kind of a signature that you must toe that kind of line going forward. Well, I don't care whether you feed on that negative verbiage, whatever you believe. But let me tell you this. The lies that you spewed into that kind of your video. One, about Amara losing teeth and eye. What is the circumstances in nature Amara lost them? There are videos, countless time Amara have done about the eye and about the losing tooth. You are saying that Amara was beaten by the dad. You've got an accident. Well, you got an accident because out of just a mere negligence, drunk driving, drinking everything and smoking weed, want to make a stand and show the villagers you're a champion. Therefore, accident gallo. If you don't understand the onset of your accident going forward, and this is what Amara was cautioning you, change your ways, Mogesi. If you don't understand the reasons why, therefore, karma is a bitch. All your sin and heinous act shall be ultimately paid into this earth, on this case and dome, in real time. That is what Amara said. Any sin that you make will follow you. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani does not warrant a celebration. If you didn't understand that, perhaps you believe in the negative verbiage. You believe them. But I want to tell you, if you don't take your caution, and if you don't treat that head that you always knock down on the ground, you'll complain about pressure and seizure left and right. And you complain about witchcraft that you say you don't believe. But how many number of times have you called Amara family to be practicing witchcraft? Several times. Several times. So Mogesi, it's up to you. Being that this channel is about check facts, and you won't need to check facts what Mogesi said about the accident that Amara got. Amara was never beaten by the dad that warrants him to lose the tooth. Amara was never beaten by the dad that warrants him lose the eye. The story and the fact is, if you fact check, one, in the losing of the tooth, you know, when Amara was growing, Amara used to have large stocks of cows, and the donkey. So where Amara's built the villa, that is where it was so bushy And that's where Amarwa used to go with the donkey to cut the neighbor grass and the grasses put into the cartwheel that the donkey will pull over to their homestead. Are we together? At this moment, it's when Amara was trying to control the donkey kicked Amara's mouth, and that's how Amara lost the teeth. That's a fact, and it must be sealed to everybody, not even to Mogesi, because Mogesi has decided to tell us the lies over here, and that's a lie, big time. Therefore, it tells you that they lie to make views, they lie so that they should be loved, they lie to make because they are instigated, they lie because they are full of emotion itself. Lie number one, declassified, and the fact itself is here. Number two is saying that Amara lose the high because it was beaten by Congress dad. Nothing like that. Nobody beat Amarwa. Amarwa lost the high when Amarwa was in school, because when you are in school, mostly in Kenya, sometimes we do the manual work. You're being told, come with a machete, come with a jembe or a fork or any other kind of tool that can make us do the handwork back in school and the manual work. So at the moment when Amara was told to come this, Amara went with them, and most of the students went with them. So this is at the time when they were working. The moment they were working, other people also were playing. Then one of the friends or one of the pupil or the student, for that matter, decided to play a very risky game. This is when the guy beat the stick flew and went directly to the eye of Amarwa. And that's how Amarwa's eyes was damaged. There was no any other kind of beating by the parent itself. It's only known to the lazy gang to twist things and turn an event to be so sensational on their side while exuding lies going forward. So this is what Mugesi must know going forward. And Mugesi must stop involving into an issues that he knows your theatrics, issues that you know your names was not mentioned. Going forward, your downfall is your downfall because you are in that trajectory. It's not because Amarwa wants a downfall. No. Amarwa said in the opening familiar, what has happened to you, you would not want to wish it to even his worst enemies. But on the other side, these are my enemies speaking bad about my family, talking about me, calling me to be a blind man, making jokes of it and making money out of it, which is a conspiracy. If you didn't understand what Amara meant, therefore it's up to you. You can believe Carol, because these are the people whom you feed the information, wrong information, and they feed you with the wrong interpretation. Therefore you come up in this video vexing. Mogesi, if you don't have to heed the calls of wisdom when you are being told stop drunk driving, stop taking illicit brew, stop using a motorcycle making a stand, stop all this kind of negligence about your life, because more are coming if you're not careful. Nobody is wishing you bad, but you must be told the truth. When you're told the truth, it's not celebrating. The truth itself is in the air. So let me know your thought at this comment section. Until next time, this is your boy Senior Zad.